Guys, I hope y'all enjoy your weekend. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's going on? What is cracking like, gentlemen? What is pop?
Living a dream.
Hey
Living a
man,
dream.
hey man, feeling good over here, man. My Lions won. They was in LA, man. Went to the game so far. If y'all have a chance, come to LA and see the game, either the Rams or Chargers play. I'm telling you that setup is off the chain, off the chain. But other than my Lions, we got that W, yo. Try to get the number one seed, so I'm happy and I'm hyped, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's get it.
Seem like you really enjoyed your birthday this weekend. I'm glad, man. Glad you really enjoy yourself. Really glad. But like always, go ahead, Jordan. Do your thing. Do your thing.
All right, people, what's going on? What's going on, people? See y'all coming in the chat. We really appreciate you guys coming in this Monday evening. Really do. And as you guys know, we got a topic for you guys as we always do, and it's a trending topic, so we're gonna get up to it. So the topic for today is about Corey Leray and her father Benzino. As you guys don't know, Coi Leray and Benzino be having has their like an up and down relationship, for the father and daughter, and it's going on for the past couple of years, kind of speaking it out and everything. But as recently, Coi Leray was on the Angie Martinez podcast, and she was doing an interview, and and then this topic was to talk about her father and everything, and she felt her father is envious about her career, her career is booming and everything. And also, if you guys don't know, Angie Martinez and Benzino, they got black blood with each other. I got to do some more research on it later on, but they always have bad blood against each other. Angie Martinez don't like Benzino, and Benzino don't like Angie Martinez. So Angie Martinez came up with the questions like, how your father feel about her career, and being kind of envious and jealousy and everything. I just feel like that was a low curveball with Angie Martinez though, because Angie Martinez and Benzino don't like each other. And Corey LeRae just felt like, like I said, she feels like an envious. Is like I said, her career is booming. And back in the day, because he was a rapper, but also you guys don't know, back in the '90s and 2000, Benzino, he was the co-owner of the Source magazine, which it was popping back in the early '90s and 2000s. Because I used to, Source, that was big popping. I think before he sold it. And so, shout out to you, Nidus. Shout out to you, man. Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you there. And so yeah, so Corey LeRae, she said what she got to say about her, her and her father feeling envious about her career, like his popping in, Benzino never had a popping career. And then Benzino came out, just saying, say, hey, that's just totally untrue. I feel like yeah, exactly. Source magazine, yep. And that's exactly. And so, Benzino spoke out, and he feels like, we definitely got the videos for you guys we're gonna play. And Benzino feels like, her being in the music industry, he feels like the music industry is really turned against her father, with the fame, the money and the fortune. People, in her ear, tell her, like I said, you're gonna have an outstanding career. You're gonna have a better career than your father, all that type of stuff. And and he also feel like the music industry is really pulling her away from having that daddy daughter relationship. And he feel like the music industry is really brainwashing brainwashing these new artists and everything, and just really focus on the fame and the fortune, and the people that talk bad about you, they're just hating. And especially here in social media, because as you can see, a lot of artists, rappers, they be popping when it comes to critique and or good criticism about a music or song. And when somebody critic like a DJ Academics, or some of these bloggers or some of these YouTubers, when they critique something, they take it to heart. They take it to heart. They don't like the person, and then they'll probably block them on social media, and also post something on social media, say, oh, you just hating, you don't, my music blasting, you just a hater. And that's the big thing about the word hater. If you don't like somebody's music, or you got a good critique, you're just a hater. And we do have a video when Benzino was talking to Tasha K about how the music industry, how they brainwashing these artists and everything, and kind of telling the whole truth. All right, so we have two videos we're gonna show. We're gonna show the Angie Martinez clip when he talked to Coi Leray about the father, and then after that we got a conversation with Benzino and Tasha K, just talking about the dynamic of the relationship, and also talk about the music industry. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the videos, and after that we're gonna chop it up.
Deal with the success, because that's got to be triggering for him in a lot of ways too. Triggering, or maybe he's just proud, or maybe like, I don't know.
At first it was rocky because I felt like he couldn't handle my success. I felt like it did come from an envious place, which is okay because he's human and it's fine. But I felt like he still wants. Like, he's one of those people that feels like, yo, like, I still have a story to tell. I still feel like something, I have to say something. Like, no, he's like, I have to say something. Like, he's one of those people like, let me at him.
The same way you just said that no matter what happens in this business, you're not going to let it go.
Right, but
how does your father deal with the success? Because that's got to be triggering for him in a lot of ways too.
Let me tell you something. You know who went with her to a graduation? Fucking Monty Littman, the guy that owns Universal Republic, took her to a graduation.
To a graduation? What the?
Went with her to the graduation. She went and got a GED. She pleaded, and she went to the high school. He's an alumni. He went with her. He was her escort to the shit. You see the shit that I'm going through? Like, I could just blitz the fuck out and just go but you know what? I can't. I've been taking this abuse for 5 years. The whole career has just been based on disrespecting me. 5 years ago came out, oh, you nigga on the internet. That was new to me. I couldn't even, like, that shit was new. I didn't even understand how to take that. This is my daughter. Like, my daughter.
You think she's using you for clout? You think she's using you for clout?
5 years. 5 years. I'm saying 5 years. The whole storyline is that she got beef with me. And I get it because the label figures like, let me tell you something. Look, in the black community, all the fathers ain't around. So you know what? Act like he ain't around, and believe me, you're going to get all the support you want. But it's backfiring. People can see through that shit now. People could see through it. Like, I was there for my daughter. I was there for my daughter's two older brothers who wasn't mine with their mother, by two other from Boston who were able-bodied. They could have sent money and never sent. I'm proud to do that. Even when I didn't have the money, I was hustling. Coy's mother never worked a day in her life when she was with me. A day in the 10, 12 years, never. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to be painted as some fucking deadbeat fucking dad when that's nowhere near the case.
No, I don't think you a deadbeat dad at all. I just think Coi is just going to have to learn the hard way, and regardless of how she learns, Benzino, you're going to have to pick her up. And you're going to have to stay out of jail.
Look, in the black community,
are trying to keep her off the ground. Coi would not have these industry contacts or be in the position that she's in if it wasn't for what you paid.
But even still, Tasha.
No.
But even still, I've never seen nobody dog their parents out on interviews like that. I've never seen this shit before.
No, that's the industry. Your daughter is kind of an innocent casualty in this, and she's just young.
Not innocent no more.
She's just
5
young.
years went by. Listen, it's calculated now. It's calculated with her label, with people around her, with her mom. It's all calculated. And at the end of the day, right, listen, I don't mind being the bad guy. I grew up the bad guy. But like this right here, I was already blacklisted when the Eminem happened with the industry. This is like their revenge to take my daughter and exploit her. And everybody on the internet, she's grown. Minds are so twisted.
Are trying to keep her.
They don't give a fuck if a young girl is on there twerking, showing her pussy, whatever. They don't give a fuck. They're grown. They let them do what they want to do. These kids grown back in the day would be 10 years younger. mentality. I don't want to hear that grown. I don't want to hear that grown shit, man. The internet is raising our kids. The internet makes them feel like they're on our level of understanding and knowledge. And the internet's ruining everything right in front of our fucking eyes. They don't give a fuck if a young girl is on there twerking, showing her pussy, whatever. They don't give a fuck. They're grown. They let them do what they want to do. These kids grown back in the day would be 10 years younger. Mentality. I don't want to hear that.
These are the CEOs.
Yeah, so as you can see, guys, you can hear Benzino's side of the story. You know how about it was going on for 5 years, and hey, I believe Coi Leray. Yeah, she's been in the industry. Yeah, she's been in the industry for 5 years. About that first year, that's when you can hear rumors about her and and the father has some type of beef and everything or something like that. But yeah, man, it's just crazy, it's just crazy. It's crazy to say that you put family business out there, just for clout or something like that, which I believe family business should keep closed doors. And Benzino also feels that the people in the music industry that maybe know best, is maybe trying to get at him by using his daughter as as cloud to have this type of beef with the daughter and daughter and the father and everything. So he added that on. So, but yeah, that's a little bit of the story of it. So I'm gonna pass to you guys, to you, Ronnie. So my question to you is: do you feel like the music industry is using her as a plant to get at her father?
I'm not gonna lie. Listen to Benzino, the way he expressed himself. It's coming from a daughter that it's coming from a father that's very concerned about his daughter well being and pretty much her mental health. Now we know for time and time again how the music industry can change someone's image, and not only that, but also someone's perspective of life because they pretty much trying to sell a record. One thing Benzino mentioned, which I totally agree with him. Remember, when it comes to the music industry, they're trying to portray someone's lifestyle that don't normally have that type of lifestyle. Prime example, Benzino was there for his daughter, especially in the black community. Things tend to pretty much father tend to not be too much in their children's life. Mother as well, so they gotta portray that image so they be able to sell records. And one thing he also mentioned too, which I totally agree with, um, how the music in not the music, sorry, the internet itself, social media itself is raising the kids and teaching the kids to be more like adults when they really are kids. And not only that, but they really don't understand what adulthood really will pretty much what really go through because it's going based on what the social media said, like, oh, my father didn't do this, my father didn't do that. But then when you look at Benzino, like one thing about him that I do know, because I remember watching Love and Hip Hop, he always mentioned the fact that he would do 110% for his kids, and not only that, would sacrifice anything to making sure his kids have the finer things in life. I remember he said that all the time when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop. I think it was in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a hip hop in Atlanta. So he really passionate about his kids, and he used to do stuff for kids that's not even his. So it's just show you the type of mentality he have. So for me, I think the music industry is changing her, and you hear that a lot from different artists from behind the scenes when they're not on camera and they actually do like, "Hey, what's going on?" Vibe with Big Heavy Podcast. What's happening, big dog? That's when I really noticed that when every time someone steps into the music industry, like if they're not used to that lifestyle or never been through that lifestyle, they'll try to come to them like, hey, make sure you got to portray this because we got to sell this record, we got to do this. So I think she is highly influenced by the music industry. I think they telling her to be like this so they can sell a record, so they can sell an image, so that she can relate to certain kids within the black community who doesn't have fathers. But that's just my personal opinion. Go ahead, Aki. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So I lived in Boston for 11 years. I've met a lot of Benzino affiliates, Mantera, Antonio Estaldi. Benzino used to be a part of a rap group called Almighty RSO in the 80s. He's been in the industry for a long time. He met a white kid at Harvard University by the name of Dave Mayers, helped funded him to start The Source. Now, Benzino been in the streets for a long time. I know him and what I've known people who know him to be a real street dude. Now, I don't know anything about him raising kids. That's something I can't speak on. So I can only look at it from a standpoint of when you have multiple kids, different places, because he has kids other places. You feel me? You can't be there. There's gonna be some type of resentment. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to understand him and her at the same time, because there is some type of issue there that we cannot go unlook on. Why is she doing this? You feel me? It's the same thing with Future kids. But Future kids ain't going out there bashing him in public, because Future's not competing with his children. His children still depend on the bag. Since Coi Leray got her own bag, she could say whatever. You feel me? I do think it's very disheartening and disrespectful. I know her days is not going to be well, because it's in the Bible. When you go against your parents, it's in the Bible. It's not going to look good for you. So that's what it is. And a lot of it stuff he do say, the internet is raising the kids. This is why you got to have your foot on your kids' neck if you want to make sure they respect you. We come from an era where you dare not disrespect here. They'll take you out. So that's my point.
Yeah, that's true, Rakeem. Yeah, my thing is this is like, I'm saddened to see, with family problems, and just being in the internet, I just find it disheartening and kind of distasteful, because I feel like, anything that's family issues, you're keeping it private. Now, with Coi Leray, there was, and the thing is, it's like she was wishy-washy, because I think maybe 5 or 6 months ago, she was talking about, the good things about her father. And now, she on the Angela Martinez podcast, now she's saying, like you said, I think my father's feeling jealous of type of way. It's just very, very weird to me. And, and the thing is, like with Benzino, he does talk about, good things about his children and everything. He never wanted to bash his children, being in the industry for so long, seeing the good, the bad, the ugly, he knows the industry, back and forth. He could tell, like I said, this is the stuff I see, this is what I don't see. How the industry is changing from back in the 90s to here in the 2020s now. And he's telling the truth, how the internet, is really how glamorizing, with the music, with the blogs. And also, with the beefs, because now, it's like stuff like this. It to me, I don't know why Coi Leray would do that, because stuff like that, you should keep that, and keep it private, instead of, now, even though this has been going on for a couple of years or so, things like this, we shouldn't be talking to this about, the family problems and everything. Because I want to know, like I said, I really want to know why Coi Leray feels that way about her father and everything. She didn't went detail in the Angela Martinez interview. And in the past interview she did, she wouldn't get into detail. She just feels like her father is trying to get some type of clout, which I really don't see what type of clout he's trying to get. I really don't see what he's trying to do, because my thing is, if you talk about your father, it's like you try to give him clout by speaking up about the problems and everything. Because to me, Benzino, he wouldn't have to say anything. He's good. He's in Atlanta, he's chilling. He probably got his all back, just want to chill and just want to have a relationship with his kids. Especially with Coi Leray. And I just hope they try to amend this, and not try to, make it go further and further and further, because because like I said, Coi Leray, she's nominated for Grammys. I think she's nominated for like 5 or 6 Grammys already. And I know that stuff like that, Zeno should be talking about how proud I am of my daughter. Now she's a Grammy nominated. Like I said, I think she's nominated for the name for 6 Grammys from her hit single Players, which was a monster hit, earlier this year and everything. And I know Benzino wants to say praises to her daughter. Say, hey, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. To be the big superstar you want to be, instead of talk about family problems about how Coi Leray's that Coi Leray feels like your father is jealous of you for some type of reason. I just don't see why the reason you'll say to your father, and with you're on a scale, you're on you're doing good. You on a path because at first at Coi Leray when she first came out and she was on freshman year. For me, I thought she wasn't gonna make it because I thought she wasn't that good. But the thing is, I see how Coi Leray worked on her skills, stage presence. To me, I see that she was very dedicated to the music, to the game, of how I could be better. And now, 5 years ago to now, I could see a definitely improvement of what she's trying to do and everything. She definitely improved in her skills. She just had a single out with Busta Rhymes. I forgot what the song called, but that's still gonna be a banger. I just feel like, with social media and with the blogs on social media and just the people talking, I just feel like Coi Leray, to me, Coi Leray, I think she's trying to get too much clout and just really being stuck in the social media part, because social media, man, that could really, it could stress you out. I just saw Krishan Rock, she was just trending about how she was at Team Art Wrestling's concert and everything, and how she was disturbing the stage presence, and I heard there was a fight in the background stage, and it could do so much stress, so to your mind and also to your body, that Krishan Rock, she just today she deactivated all her social media account. It's very, very serious out here. Very, very serious out here. Go ahead, Akin.
No, I want Muhammad asked a question, which also can coincide with what they say. This is the same thing that happened to Master P and his son.
Correct. That is correct. Same.
You know what I mean? Romeo was calling out Master P, saying I haven't seen no money, I haven't spent, and I'm like, I was kind of baffled. I say, Master P made you rich. He put you in a position to this and this. And
I was gonna say, Hakeem, my bad. Like he not just made him rich, he makes a whole lot of people rich, and taught people the music industry.
He did,
bro. It's so ridiculous that it is, and I was gonna comment on this too. There's nothing for Benzino to be jealous about. I met Benzino here in Miami. Benzino had been rich way before Coi Leray was even thought about. He had money in the 80s. This is not something I'm capping about. When I was in Boston, his presence was felt. Just like Trick Daddy is a staple here, he's a staple in Boston, Roxbury. When he got with Dave Mays, he always got like Ben was getting money. So when she said, he wants to clout and stuff like that, he's the only one who stand up to Eminem. I give him enough props. A lot of people are saying he's clout chasing. This man is really from the streets. It really did. So I see it from a different perspective. Go ahead.
But I want to tell you, guys understand what they mean by clout chasing. First, let's get a shout out to Natasha Vincent Gore, the lovely Shelly House, and also Mr. Muhammad, and also Nightish, and also Bob with Big Heavy Podcast. Shout out to you guys. No, but then what they mean by clout chasing, because remember, right now Benzino is irrelevant. Who's talking about Benzino like they was back in, like you say, in the 80s and the 90s? Nobody talking to him like that. He's out of his prime. That's why they mean, okay, he's clout chasing, because the simple fact is he's trying to keep himself relevant when he's not relevant anymore. Go ahead, Akin. Go ahead.
I get where you coming from. Maybe because I've been living there, I've never seen them have to do that. That's what I'm trying to like. Buy you Bunny?
Buy you.
Oh, she's in the building.
Buy you Bunny.
The sexy trucker.
Miss Bayou Bunny.
Bayou Bunny. How you doing, Queen?
Yeah, appreciate you being here.
She's hopping on our truck. She's doing her thing. Well, go ahead, George.
Yeah, so, and you might be right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might not be qualified to answer this because I have some biasness. I'm gonna just be honest about it. I lived in Boston damn near a decade, so I'm gonna feel different because you know what I mean? Like I've had on an Almighty RS Soul jacket, and you know what I mean, and Antonio and Staldy's shirt with the bulletproof vest. Like, this was my life at one point. So I see him different. So when I see this, I just kind of confused because I remember Benzino been having millions, been putting dudes on. You know what I mean? And listen here, he's racially ambiguous. You don't know what his race is. He's mixed. So I just think it's kind of hurtful to see that your child would disrespect you like that. Me personally, I'm disowning any nigga disrespect me. Online, offline, I don't know you. Like, I got that much love for you minds. Before I take you out of here, I'm just gonna push myself back from you.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I have a question. Since Coi Leray, said what she said, do you feel like Benzino should have been a bigger man, be fired, and not say anything at all, or how what Coi Leray say? She feel like he has to say something. He just can't say that. Like I say, he just put out the tweet saying, this is the most ridiculous BS I heard in my entire life on this earth. How the F can be so envious towards someone I raised, nurture, provide for, influence, and love very dearly. This industry and the internet has completely messed up the minds of this young generation. I'm tired of her pushing a false narrative about who I am and what I've done as a father. In my 40 years in hip hop, I've never seen an artist dog their parents out the way Corey does, and it's embarrassing and it's sad. And one last thing, Angie Martinez. As Martina knows, she doesn't like me, so she just being manipulative. I struggle with that word. Manipulative and messy. They want me crashed out, but I work on myself so hard that I ain't going backwards for anything. But what I won't do is allow anyone to slander my name and push a false narrative of my reputation and who I am. I shed too many blood, sweat, and tears from its survived streets, wars, and indictments. Nope, no more.
Now, go ahead. I answer.
No, because he asked the question. He asked the question. Can your daughter be envious of your father, or can your father be envious of your kids? Yeah, it happens all the time. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're still dealing with human nature. Someone can be envious of you because of some fact they say, okay, only if my life would have went that way, I want to see how it would have went. So they could have been envious in that aspect of the game. But to me, I don't think Benzino is actually envious of his daughter. To be honest, I think he's proud of his daughter for what she has become in this game when it comes to the game with me in this music industry. Because sometimes you want to put your kids straight forward. Remember at one point, Hakeem and Jordan, remember Little Roman said the same thing. He said Master P is jealous of him. He said the same thing. And you're like, how Master P jealous of you when he's worth close to $1 billion and you're not even close that much? But it's because of the illusion thinking, okay, because my father's no longer hot in the game, I'm hot now. My name's getting trended on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify, while you are still pretty much trying to get back on love and hip hop. But go ahead.
And I will say that's crazy to me because, like I said, I don't know y'all went to these stores, but Master P got cereal out on these in these stores, right?
That is correct.
He got chips, he got hot sauce. He don't play around. I hear what Romeo's understanding. I didn't see like when Romeo, came out into the, to the social medias and type it down and talk about his father. Like I said, he y'all think he says, but he really like this and everything. And and Master P came back and said, "Hey son, what you talking about? Just talk to me about it. Wherever you need, I'm here. It's kind of similar with the Coi Leray and Benzino thing. So, like I said, I just feel like when it's internet stuff, when a child feel like he has some type of clout and they look at the father and say, "Hey, I'm at the main stage." And I feel like they feel like they have more clout than their parents do. If that's the case, if you think like that, don't say it at all. Because when you stay it into the social media parts and everything, it's just not gonna look good. You just put your family, your family business out there where it should not be out there. And now, people is picking and choosing sides. It's like who's right, who's wrong. And to me, it shouldn't be like that. Stuff like this should be happening closed doors, not on off the internet.
So there's a couple points I want to put out there, and I wanted to ask you a question. So I already addressed this. The Source magazine started in Harvard, Massachusetts, which is Cambridge, because several of Muhammad's from there, by Dave Mays and Benzino, Lorenzo. Now, Benzino, Severlin did point out something that I have to address. Benzino does rub people the wrong way. I'm going to put that out there. He's no different than Dame Dash. They're just the same people. A lot of people don't like him. Some people love him. So Severlin is right. He did point that out. That's city information we know. Benzino can't come back home because he does have an enormous amount of beef there. The other question it is, I'm not a father, so I can't equately answer that question you is, but I can give my opinion on this. By him being a father and he's beefing with his kids, everything is out the door. He has a right to speak about it because that's his child. Where it's disrespectful is when other people's chiming in on family business. This would have never got nowhere if she didn't mention Benzino's name in a negative light. Because prior before this, Benzino was just in his own bullshit in the mix. You know what I mean? He was in Atlanta doing some shit, and he was in doing all of this. However, no child should diss their parents in the public like this. You're right, Muhammad. But what I say is this. Jordan asked, should he have kept quiet or respond? Since he's a father, and that's his child, that's family business. The problem is it's in public. The child brought it to the public, not him.
Correct. That's a fact. Yeah.
That's a fact. Let's not get it twisted. He was having beef with other niggas on the internet. That had nothing to do with his kids. She brought him in there, and this is the problem when people get money. And everybody can answer. Huh?
Well, go and say no. Benzino didn't sit his old down.
No,
I don't know, go and trolling, but
yeah, no, definitely. But here's another thing too. Your upbringing and what ideology your parents teaches you would show in the respect you have for them later on. So here's the point I'm saying. Coi Leray is a millionaire. Why she's disrespecting her father? Why he's not riding in Benzes? I'll give you another example. Ja Morant. His dad raised him. He ain't never disrespected his dad. Never talked to his dad out the way. Matter of fact, bought a house right next door to his dad. His dad is at every game drinking liquor. He said, don't worry, I'm going to talk to my son. I'm going to handle that.
But
Cam Newton.
There must be a family issue within the family. Because if Ja Morant, you see how he have an issue with his father, and then with Benzino, that's something he's doing is wrong, or something he's saying is not true when it comes to raising her. Go ahead.
There's a correlation with both of these things too. Ja Morant and Cam Newton, their mother and father was in the house together. Benzino had kids all over the place. He didn't he was satellite raising her. Just because you help pay for her and you're not in the crib, a little girl have a different perspective on you. Only single mothers can talk about that. I can't say nothing. They can understand how little girls feel about their daddies who not in the house with them.
True.
That's a point. That's a good point, Hakeem. That's a good point because it's very different because if you have a father that's in the house that's been raising you majority of your life, what back could that kid say? Because they might sometimes that you might not like that your dad, but at the end of the day, you say my dad was still there and he raised me and this like that. And when you said about him having multiple kids and kind of being all over the place, not being in there, and it kind of brings me, it's okay, what's gonna happen with Nick Cannon's kids or future kids when they grow up and then maybe one just becomes a singer or something like that or a rapper or something like that, and then they bring their future or Nick Cannis, how he was as a father and everything, and bring that personal business up. If that's the case, then you can see then, okay, maybe Coi Leray had a problem and say, hey, I wish my father, she was there. Yeah, he wasn't there for me. I was growing up and everything. I wish he was there. This is how I feel. And I think maybe she wants to say that but she's not really saying that. So that's probably how she's feeling. To me, if you feel that way, talk to your father about it. But the thing is, I don't know what Benzino at his head, what his mindset is right now. Because sometimes, as you see Benzino, sometimes he get over emotional and everything. I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Maybe just complaining, or I don't know if he. To me, if that's the case, if Coi Leray feel like that, I think Benzino should have, maybe close doors, say, hey, I apologize of what I wasn't, if I wasn't there to support you, if I need you at the most, from you and from my other kids as well, and just to try to be an apology and just start something new and say, hey, if you need me, I'm there, I'm gonna be there.
But the thing is, this is the one of the issues that all these well-known stars have, because they think, oh, me being there is only thing of the aspect of financial. Some of these kids, when they get older, it's not always about the financial. They mean being there in the aspect of, I wanted you to call me. I want you to read me bedtime story. I wanted you to go to my basketball game or my soccer game. I wanted you to actually go see me go and perform in a live concert. You rooting for me, but not just yeah, you want to go to the Grammys here, $100. Go ahead, you go to Grammy. I don't think that's why I think that's where a lot of these stars and these fathers miss the communication. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have kids yet, so I don't know that experience. So you're about to have a kid soon, so you will have that experience. But I know a lot of guys, I talk to them when it comes to like fatherhood. They always say, "Oh, you need to be there physically instead of always being there financially." Because I think when you try to be there only financially, I think that's where a lot of things get misconstrued. And I think that what happened with Benzino, because everything he said, he kept saying, "I was there," but he always mentioned the aspect when it came to resources. Like, I made sure she had a finer thing. She ain't had to beg for nothing. No, she still was begging for something because she actually wanted your presence to be known. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Hakeem, before you go, I'm gonna say this. Listen to a lot of parents too. I can and I hear this a lot too. Not just for parents, like I hear generally, also social media. I hear that it's hard, for sometimes some parents to really talk to their kids because, especially when they're teenagers or because teenagers, because they don't like really talk like that or vocalize or talk on the phone because they on the phone texting or sending emails and stuff. So it's sometimes I hear like it's hard to hear, teenagers kind of verbalize what they say because they really don't talk on the phone like that no more. They just verbalize on the text. They put their emotions more to text than to talking on the phone or talking, face to face, something like that. So I don't know if that's an issue with Coi Leray with Benzino of how how she really feels and just really saying it to words. But like I said, I hear that it's hard for kids to really express their emotion because we're in the age of kids they're texting or texting more than ever before because a lot of kids we're getting phones between age of what 8 or 9 now. Usually back in that day I got my first cell phone when I was 14, 15. Now their kids, they might get a cell phone as early as 8, maybe even 6 years old. Their kids are giving to the phones. And to me, that's that even. And then the thing is, it's like they be on the phone so much, they know how to verbalize through text, but instead of verbalizing, to talking to their parents or something like that. Go ahead, King.
Maybe I'm out of touch. Has anyone seen the music video for Coi Leray Player? She does this on the music video. She's an entertainer. I expect Benzino to know this. Yes, Gore. But this is still your kid. So I want to bring like a personal situation to mirror this. And I want to coincide this. We don't know what the mother was feeding her to make him not like him. Because sometimes a lot of this thing could be controlled if depending on what the conversation is the mother. Prime example, Sevalin Muhammad. I know him personally. My nephew, which is his son, If you didn't see this comment on here, he said, my son resents me and I did everything he can. Now listen now. I'll break something down and I'll try to be quick about this. Severlin was married to my nephew's mother. She chose to leave the relationship. He did not want to. Unbeknownst to this, he goes and picks the kids up all he can throughout the kid's life. I know this because I used to see him with the little boy all the time. I watched him grow up to a man. Moved the kid in with his new wife, co-signs his college loans. Now the kid doesn't even call him. Has no respect for him. I don't know what. I want to talk to him. I say, hey, at least you had a daddy in your life. The kid goes and starts a business. In the city, here's the funny thing about this. He lives in the city where Muhammad lives in and doesn't call or go sees him. Mind you, he is not from that city. Muhammad moves there with his wife, his other wife, takes him in, him and his girlfriend. They stays in the same state where he comes. Now he starts a business that his father taught him how to do that business. Doesn't call, doesn't get no recognition, doesn't do anything. So now I'm wondering, who feed into your head if he had been there? And I want to take the stance. If Benzino had been there like this guy has, why does the kid does not like you for? What type of information that been feeding into you that make you resent the person if your father been there?
Good point.
You see what I'm trying to say? Because I'm telling you, I've seen him with the kid the whole time. While we was in the streets, when I was trying to get it on over there, I used to see him with his son. They'll have dinner together, and I'm like, oh, this man being a family man here. But you know what I mean? Now I see the kid is older. He doesn't even want to call him. He said, what you want, man? I was like, whoa. You talking to him like that? That's your, you know what I mean? That's your father. You know what I mean? That's your uplink. So this is the thing I'm looking at. I'm looking at Coi Leray like, you talk to your daddy like that online? You wouldn't even be here without him.
Hey, I was giving you another example. Remember, a couple months ago, we talked about little Boosie's and one of her daughters, and how she was talking bad about little Boosie and everything, and the mother was right there, sitting next to her and everything.
No, but everybody say clearly they knew Boosie wasn't there for it. A lot of people were speculating that.
Yeah, they say that. They said that too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But her mama did egg it on. Look, Muhammad said it's the whole generation. We have a whole generation of kids right now who feel like they know what's up.
Yeah, but that's why I say Hakeem does make a good point when it comes to the aspect of the woman, because sometimes the woman can feed the child information when the father's not there. Like, yo, your father is a deadbeat, or he never did the job that he thought he could. That do feed into the child. Not only that, but remember, keep in mind, majority of the time, the children's with the mother. So when the mother's having, or she on the phone talking to a homegirl and talking her, you know how girls take chat. You know, sometimes they women, they chit chat. The kid is feeding that information, and that information is being registered. So now they got that in their mind, like, damn, my dad he didn't pay the light bill this month. So all that register in the kid's mind. So when the kids get older, now they're more stronger, now they're more intellect, they're gonna start speaking back. And I think that was going on with Benzino. I think him not being there, because remember, he was doing Source Magazine. I remember at one point, Source Magazine was a really big magazine.
Oh my God.
Like, I remember like that how big. I remember he had a job, I think, of like a magazine every month. So that was big it was. So just imagine the amount of workload he had to put in. He probably was never home.
But he said he financially took care of her, but somebody said that's not enough.
It's not enough.
Prince Hakeem, the son may need some years in distance from anyone who is feeding negative feelings about Muhammad to him. It may even take decades, but I pray that Muhammad will see the resolution. Funny enough, you said that, Natasha. I talk to Muhammad regularly offline. That's my brother. He still actively tries to be in his son's life, even though his son is acting like a goofy. He tries to call him. He tries to go over where his business is at. And it comes to the point that you shouldn't have to force yourself on him. I'm just saying, I'm on the outside looking in. I can't say he's a deadbeat if I see you with him half your life.
Yeah,
of course, I'm not gonna speak on Muhammad's situation.
Yeah.
As an example, remember the kids of age, he could choose not to deal with his father anymore. He has that right.
Oh, look, you're right. He has that right. Muhammad said he's slowly coming around. So, Natasha, you are right. That, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. If you've had somebody in your life, just as well as Coi Leray, he said he returns my call at least. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. But here's the thing. Muhammad has to force himself on him. Force himself. It's been very painful, however. Force himself. This is the same way you seeing Benzino force himself on his daughter, and it's not being receptive. You know what I'm trying to say? There's nothing that bad I think Benzino did that deserved to be plastered all over the line as a goofy by his own daughter.
But the thing, we don't know that, because remember, he didn't share all the information. She said she shared some information, but she didn't go all the way in, because, like, you know, she knew how to compose herself. Like, she knew what to say and what not to say.
Listen, what is the boxer name? The guy who just won the championship, Jamal Crawford, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
His mama said, I never told him I loved him. He still ain't disrespect her. People have done worse.
But you know, people love mama.
They love mama, but I'm just saying, honor thy mother, thy father, and thy days will be long. You're not gonna win.
But people love mama. That's one thing. People love their mama. They father. That's a whole nother ball game. But the mama.
But that's the thing. The fathers in America have a negative connotation against them, especially fathers of African descent.
Yeah,
black fathers have a negative painted image on him, no matter how it is. He's a deadbeat. He runs away. He's very promiscuous. Muhammad just said this in the 80s. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Correct.
He was talking about a black guy, not a white guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we know there's no offense to a lot of our white brothers. Y'all done populated the whole planet. Y'all been out here screwing. We didn't have that. We didn't have that luxury. Let's get that straight. We don't got the money, the power, nor the resources. It's not a shitload of half-breed black babies all over the place unless you done dropped us over there. Go down in the Philippines. It's a lot of half-white Filipinos down there. Not niggas. It's a sprinkle of them.
Some in Thailand as well.
Who has the money to go there and do that? So that's why I say the negative idea about black men and being a black father hits different. So no matter what it is, a woman can say this, and we'll just agree with it. We'll just from a general perspective. So when Coi Leray say my daddy ain't shit, he ain't do nothing for me. Okay, I say Benzino, put the receipts for me. You did buy everything, but still we don't believe you. Still ain't shit, nigga.
Yes, that's crazy, Hakeem. You know, I can say this. You know, me and my father, we don't get along. There's a certain level of respect I have for that man that I'm not gonna put that my stuff out there. And I don't care how wrong he's done to me or whatever. There's just a certain fine line. I just don't just put my dirty anything that's happened. I'll put it out there to the public. If we have something to talk about, we like I said, it goes behind closed doors. And then it ends right there. If it turns good, if it turns bad, if we ever talk again or we will talk again, it goes by closed doors. And I just feel like stuff like that, it should be closed doors because it's just like I said, just put your information out there. It's just messy, yo. I just don't like to see family business out there. Why hi, man? Why hi? Thank you for joining us on the chat.
Shout out, why hi?
But why hi do make good points that Ron. We do love mom, but some of us love dad and granddad. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not going against that, especially if it's culturally. If you have that in your culture of you respecting your father and your grandfather, To me, that's beautiful. But in the black community, that's one of the biggest issue we have is the lack of not loving our fathers.
Oh
That's
my.
issues.
And,
And it's,
and, and listen, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying you can see it clearly with Coi Leray and Benzino. Like it's right there in your face. Like you see how the disdain for the black fathers are. Thank you.
Oh, it's all good, Gore. Oh, it's all good, Gore. He said, he said, let me sit through something out because he thought at first Benzino was talking right about Corey, but he didn't know that was his daughter.
No, yeah. And here's the thing. Um, no, that's not your fault. Listen, you're not into that. Listen, I don't listen to Coi Leray music.
Me either. Me either. I
Like,
didn't.
so go, we on the same page. Listen, I've listened to Benzino.
Yeah, I know Benzino.
You know what I mean? I'm old school nigga, like Almighty R.S. Soul. That's the first rap group he had. You know what I mean? And Made Men. I had the Made Men CD. Go ask, you know what I mean? So that's how old I am. I lived in the city for quite some time. And I bumped into the rappers that he's dealt with and stuff. So, but you know what I mean? When we talking about a child that goes into becomes an adult, it hits different. You know what I mean? Like if my daughter was to talk about me that recklessly, I'll forget who she was tomorrow. Who? Your daughter. Oh, I only got one daughter. You talking about Shamice? I don't know that other one you talking about. Because if I say anything as a man, I'm already going to get vilified and judged by public opinion online. And this was happening to Benzino. Nobody doesn't care that he's racially ambiguous. Let's just put that. I don't even think they consider him black, but they just see him as a man fighting for the respect of his daughter. And listen, you want to know why I know he was hurt? When he said that I wasn't even able to walk her to her own graduation, it was the label that walked her to it. No man who doesn't care wouldn't care about that moment right there, because that moment is very important to walk your kids out to graduation.
Yeah, you know he was hurt. You ain't see when he was talking to College K, he was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked like
Yeah.
a blunt.
Yeah, that to me, that's the second most important thing. I don't know the number one most important thing. I thought about it too. With my daughter, when she was born, is if I walk her down the aisle, she be married. If I give her up to somebody else, that's to me, that's the number one most important thing to a father
Yeah.
right there.
Everything goes out the window when you have kids, and this is what we live for. So we try to do our best by our kids. Don't get me wrong, there ain't no manual to this. There's no manual. We try to do our best. Some people are able to get it right, other people's ain't. But the thing is, the kids should not let the internet sway their minds on how they should treat their parents. You're not gonna live that long like that. Your career won't last. The fact that she's talking to Jennifer, what's that girl, the Spanish girl name?
Angela Martinez,
Angela Martinez is a single mom.
knowing that Angie and Benzito, they don't really like each other like that.
Yeah. They know they don't like her like that, but still she's speaking on family business that she has nothing to do with that. I'm not gonna talk about we talking it right now, but we're not talking in a disrespectful manner about Benzino. I'm saying like this, that's family business. I wouldn't want no nigga online to talk about my business to be like, oh, your son don't like you. Your son this and that. I'm like, bruh, that's nothing for you to talk about. Let me and this jit handle that. Because sooner or later, we're going to get them videos taken down. So, you know what I mean? That's the important part.
But the thing, we live in a society today where everything has to be public. You have to let the public know. You got to let the public know. If something's going on within your household, you got to let the public know. Now, not even celebrities doing it. You got regular folks doing it now. Anything happen within their household, they go on the social media and they easily say, well, my baby daddy didn't do this, or my baby mama didn't do this, or you see how the child acting crazy, y'all. Everything's now public, and I think that's why now people starting to blame the internet. They're starting to blame social media now, because now it's really destroying people's lives. Go ahead, Jordan.
I was gonna say that you're right about Rodney, because it's easy to monetize and make money, and then you can go somewhere viral. That now you got people podcasts like, hey, you seen that? Let's see if we get on a podcast. See if we can pay you maybe a couple $1,000 on a podcast talk about the situation. So right now, it's just very, very bad and ugly that you might see fan situations up there, and you can get monetized by get a quick buck by posting something. It can trend, and you can make money off of it.
And that's a fact. This is the society. We live in the age of technology. You gotta make everything. You gotta make things public. And I think that what Benzino was very upset because he was like, "Yo, you got my phone number. Just call me. And you had an issue, just call me because we could resolve the situation. You know, I can fly to you, you fly to me, and we can have a mother and father, dinner time, talk time. Let's have that conversation. But no, they go to these talk shows and they just start talking reckless, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Yeah. And I was gonna say this, and the thing is, it's like, maybe he has that problem with her because, with his other kids, you don't see his other kids, speaking out because that's the case, the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk or Baller Alert or Hollywood a lot. They probably would have got a post about bad things about Benzino just for, to see his trend if it correlates to what Coi Leray was saying, exactly the same thing as, they feel it, if they feel some type of way they took for their father.
Facts. What Mr. Muhammad said. Remember the wire when they had the truck? What happened in the wire with the truck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never used to see the wire. I don't know the wire.
I never.
Yeah, I know there's an analogy he's trying to say, but I'm not sure what that is.
I think he rewrote it. Remember the wire when they had the truck?
Oh, the truce.
The truce, yeah.
Truce,
yeah.
Okay.
I went for Benzino need to go see his. You already know to put him.
Yeah, Benzino didn't like, having the Coi Leray, in the video where she was half naked and everything. Like, with your ass, your granny ass having my daughter half naked on your video.
I ain't know Benzino had a daughter. I thought he had all. That was like shot.
No, that's his only daughter that he got, but he has boys. You know what I mean? He has other kids. You know what I mean?
Daughter. That's why I was like, he have a daughter? I thought he had like sons. But look, you don't see this was something men don't do. You don't see the man speaking out.
Never.
Cause we do everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Or emotionally they'll do things in the upfront. So look, don't hear sons talking nothing negative about Benzino. Yeah. They probably had animosity towards him too, but you see, it's not publicly known. Because man, we handle things differently. We'll call you, or like Muhammad said, we'll distance ourselves from you. You'll try to reach out to us. Like we won't. We were like, nah, we ain't doing all that.
Romeo was the only one I ever seen done that in my whole life, and I was shocked.
I never seen y'all.
Cause and then it's funny enough, Master P had just lost his daughter around that same time.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like this is why I say but this is the thing about getting famous that you got to deal with. There's some sacrifices you make for that money. Your kids is eating up in the industry.
Yeah, that was something that what goes to my mind too. I was like, man, if you really want to be like publicly known, like your whole life is pretty much public now. Like literally. Like your whole life is public now. You can't be like, oh man, I want to have a private moment. No, because if you go to that restaurant, that person gonna know who you is. Like, yo, ain't you?
Basically, he said, why don't we have rules on how to treat black family and black leadership like a made man?
Good point.
Very good point. To be honest with you, Muhammad, I think we did have that was in the 80s.
Yeah, and they tossed it out.
They threw it out as soon as the family structure start breaking down, and the media start to destroy the image of the black man and put the woman on top, which is a problem. If you want to, you know what I mean? If you want to say that,
Master P. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, Master P. got on the H with her mama. And you really had bad. Yeah, he do have it bad in Louisiana.
You see, but Bayou Bunny knows what she's talking about. I didn't even want to put that. She's from Louisiana.
Yes, she is.
She's from Louisiana. She knows better than us. That's stamped. Because I read that somewhere, but I was like, well, I'm not going to talk about that. You know, allegedly. And listen here, this was kind of some reason why, in the mix of all that, why Master P and his wife was having some rumblings. You know what I'm trying to say? Listen, he still let her stay in the house. You know that?
For a long time, till the divorce got finalized.
Yeah, that finalized until another man was over there. And Master P was like, "No, we ain't doing that." BG was on it. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what ended up BG on there, the drugs. But let's be serious about it. About that, you got to just be in your kid's life, man.
I agree.
The respect, to be cautious in how you speak on one another. Listen, brother, we do that over here. We tell that to other people. I tell you no lie. Listen here, and I'm gonna let y'all brother. They wouldn't be being Cash Money if it wasn't for BG. That is a fact.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. They built it off BG. Yeah,
absolutely.
BG, yeah, it was Wayne and BG that was the spitter.
Yeah. They the part of that. That's a fact. No, that's a. But Hakeem, you say something very powerful, like be in your kids' lives. That's what I'm saying. That's all you can do. Be in your kids' lives. Just not on resources. Just not research alone. Everything.
Listen here. I always tell my nephew, when he starts to try to talk bad about his dad, I say, don't do that here. I don't do that to none of my nieces and nephews' father, regardless of how negative the situation is. Because you want to know why? That can bite me in the ass and bite you in the ass. Be careful how you speak to them kids' parents, on how you reflect on them, regardless if they doing negative. Because that's going to be their daddy and mama anyway. They still going to have to come back home. Because you want to know what the world teaches us? The world ain't going to love you but your mama and daddy. No matter how Coi Leray might see these record executives and all them loving them, as soon as she don't stop selling records, she's out the door. She's out the door. You're going to have to come back home to mama and daddy. That's been proven. So I always tell you, be careful how you speak about these kids' parents. If you the other parent on the other end, just be careful. I'm just saying this as an opinion. I'm not a parent. Y'all know better than me. I myself, I took a stance on being very careful about speaking on people with kids, regardless of their situation, because that can make a negative effect for the kids to look at you in a way.
Speaking fast, Hakeem, and me, and the thing is, like, being your child's life, not just, you don't have to be big moments. It could be just like the small moments, because the small moments, kids appreciate that. Like, maybe take them to the park, or take them to the beach, or read them a story, or anything, that any small moment it's just as important as the big moments, because when the kids is older, kids is going to remember that. It's like, hey, my dad was here doing this and that. Just being there, just for big moments and small moments is just very important for the kid. Period.
And again, I don't know. You end that on a beautiful note on the aspect of don't speak bad about your fathers, man. My mom used to tell me that all the time. All the time. Don't do it. Keep it in, and don't never disrespect your father, man. Don't do it.
Never. And listen, and I say that for people who are in relationships. Don't speak bad about your partner's father. Don't speak bad about your partner's mother. Don't speak bad about your partner's siblings. That's going to come back to you.
Yeah.
That's going to come back to you. You see, this what hurts me right here. I really miss my step grandkids. I really love them always. Relationships, how can we fix them? One person wants them, the other doesn't want them.
That's true. Paul, you make you think, bro. That's true. That's period, boy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Period.
Don't speak ill on family, period. All you got to say this: if you truly believe in God and read your Bible and your Quran, you're supposed to love your family no matter what. My mother always preaches that. Love your family, your brother, no matter what, because people are dying yesterday and today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I've made the mistakes throughout the life of brothers who've died not being able to have that last word with them. Muhammad, no, we have a personal friend we lost that was a part of our crew that I was beefing with him at the end of his life. And I considered him my brother.
Wow.
Me and Muhammad had been at odds. Listen, he'll tell you to fisticuffs. That's how I know he loved me, because he was going to beat my ass. That's how I say, yeah, he must love me. He about to spank me all over here. But you want to know something? I was the bigger man to know that I was wrong, to call my brother and say, man, I'm sorry, fam. I love you. Because I'm only human. I mess up as well. I'm only human. We all human. We all got to be admitted. Because you want to know something? This will go. The phone will go away. But this human body, you can't replace that. You can't teach nobody to be your friend. You can't teach nobody to pick up and call you. Hey, you good? You ate over there? Let me go come get you something to eat. Come on, man. That's why I'm not too stressed. That's why when people talk about money, degrees, and all that, I don't care nothing about that. I'm rich. I got this nigga right. I speak to this man here and these two guys here, Muhammad, offline all the time. They call and check up on me all the time. My nephew, I speak to him every day. He calls me for simple stuff. He say, Uncle, I got this to go. I said, come on, let's go outside. I'll help you. That's what makes you rich. Those human relationships. So you see a man stressed out like this when Benzino put his hands out like that, that'll let you know he got nothing. He lost his daughter. All the money in the world can't change that.
Preach. Fact.
These people, listen, these people really lost people. We lost people here, especially this guy here. And he comes here in a straight face every day. That don't mean nothing. This right here, the human body, you, all y'all who's in the chat, I'm going to tell you how much I love people. You know who I still think about from time to time, brothers? And I'm going to mention her name. And I didn't even really know the lady. She has been on our live one time. And she was able to grace us with our presence. She's not here. You remember the older lady that came on our live back in the day? She died in the surgery?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
I forgot her name. She used to come on our live. And y'all might know who I'm talking about. She was an older,
Auntie J.
Auntie J. How can I remember her name a year later from now? I still think about that lady and pray over her. Because I didn't know that lady from a can of paint. We was a very small channel. She came and graced us with our praises. Many nights, sat here with us, talked. She ain't here no more.
Yeah, she gone. Yep.
She not here no more. I sit down and I think about that like, I'm thinking about a stranger. I'm asking God to pray over her soul and pray over her family. I wish if I had money today, I would go give money to her family. Just because to say, oh, who you know? No, your grandmama, your mama was on my lives. I know the value of people. Your money don't mean nothing here. People is important. This is why you see a man stress.
Fact.
That's all I'm gonna say, man. Tell your people you love them, man. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tell everybody you love them. People really out here dying. Listen, I put my personal business out here. I just lost somebody just now. We just lost somebody. I can't go to the funeral. There's somebody close to me.
Is that pain, boy?
Yeah. Listen, it's the twins' uncle's wife, mama.
Man, my condolences to that.
You know what I mean? Listen, my mother's leaving Friday to go to the funeral. That's how this how close we are. This somebody, this family. So this is what I'm telling you. Love on your peoples, man.
For real.
Love on your peoples. You see?
Time.
Gore said we miss her too. Gore,
You know, everybody knows it because we came from the same space.
We come from the same. Yo, Gore, I think about that lady all the time. We had her on FS and Black House, such a strong supporter. Bruh, she was over here supporting us late night. She said, shout out to Auntie J. I think she may known her days was limited, but she sure enjoyed hanging with us. Man, I love that lady. Mm-hmm. Love that lady. You know, but listen here, this is how much I care about people. I think about people like that. I think about everybody who I've lost. Because I know life ain't no shit. You don't know when I might not be here no more with y'all.
Yep.
So I got to tell y'all, I love y'all today. And this will be recorded, and you can play that tomorrow. I love Natasha. I love Bayou Bunny, Gore, my half brother. Jordan, my other half brother. Ronnie, my other half brother.
It's true, but again, like sometimes, because people always do reviews on Cam Samuel. He's gone.
He's not here no more.
He's not here no more.
He's not here.
Media is not there no more. They're gone. But then you go play back their stuff and like, wow, Bob Proctor, who I also listen to, he's gone. He died.
He's gone.
So,
and he was a powerful man, but he left us a body of work.
Body of work gone.
Auntie J, for the few moments she had on, we got recordings of her out here.
Even Alan Curry,
Alan Roger Curry, yeah.
He's gone. Mo one. I'm telling you, you got it.
Say love to your people. Everybody's life is significant.
And the crazy thing about him, he just had his first son.
Yeah. At around 50.
Literally. Yeah. I think after a couple of months, Kevin Samuel gone. Literally, he just had his first son. Gone.
Yeah.
First,
she said,
not second, first.
First. Gore said, Natasha Vincent, we had so many fun times. We never let them drop Auntie J. Some of the best time and money well spent.
That's a fact. Yeah,
love on your people, yeah.
Lovable soul, man. I tell people all the time, even though we be having beefs on a different sector, the sector we're in, they be having different beefs, this and that. But I told them that person you're having a beef with, that may not be the last time you're gonna see that person. The last time. Something to really think about. But at the end of the day, guys, any final thoughts as we get ready to close? Powerful episode. I don't know, Jordan, you had something else to say. As we get ready to close.
My final thoughts, especially in this situation, hopefully, the Benzino and Coi Leray can really get addressed because, hey, man, tomorrow's not promised. That's my final thoughts.
Look at why.
I said Queen Maker.
Queen Maker. You start talking about the Queen Maker, she might pop up over here.
Yeah. Listen, thank you, Muhammad. Hey, man. Hey, my brother, we love you, and we love you. Listen, we hoping for the Queen Maker to get that. What's the lady name that got the money? Huh?
Or demonetized?
Yeah. We can't wait till she get that sandwich for us. That demonetized sandwich.
Oh man, yeah, guys, man. I don't want to be demonetized. I don't want to mess up nobody's money.
Listen.
Same thing about us. I'm like, no.
Listen. No. Cynthia G came back online.
She did.
To still disrespect black men when it was a white woman who got it demonetized.
Yeah, that was a white.
That's a crazy thing.
The white reporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a white reporter. She talked about it. We talked about. I mentioned it. She said the article has been revealed. She went on Stormy's channel and said that the article with black men had nothing to do with it. We didn't do it. And listen, in the midst of that, she still called us a dusty and Rugrats.
Hey, like you said, Hakeem, we don't have to do nothing.
We don't got to do nothing. So Queen Maker, we coming for you next. With that demonetized sandwich, the big one too. I'm gonna let Almighty God Allah. Don't bring.
I told him do not bring up Prince up.
My bad, listen, I'm not bringing. I don't know Prince. We don't want no beef.
That was why I started it first. I didn't
listen. I make salah every day. I pray 5 times a day to make sure to make sure my enemies are in dust.
But I heard what you were like. It was literally a white reporter, but they go in on the. But she do that because remember, you got to keep it in mind, Hakeem. She have an audience.
She does.
That bad black man. You can't switch it up. That's why people don't understand. Why she cannot switch it up. Same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor cannot switch up his content because he go in on black women so much. If you switch it up like, man, black women are this, black women are this, people are like, Tommy, you're not being Tommy. He gonna lose his business. He has to keep that up. That
image. It's a brand, like you said, around
earlier. Yeah.
We know at the end of the day, we already know Cindy G. Let's keep it real. You know she dating black men. Let's just be honest. She not dating. No. Majority of these women are. They dating black men. They just it's an imagery they have to pick up. Well, yeah. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother game. But like always, guys, thank you guys for so much, guys. Remember, make sure on your way out, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Please make sure you hit the notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to Gore, Mr. Muhammad. Shout out to you. Very, very thank you for allowing you to speak your truth, because I like that when people like, this is like what I'm saying, real conversation, like for him allowing to speak his issue with his son. That to me, I think that's beautiful. I think we need to have more conversation that way, because
yes,
it's transparent, it's real, man. Shout out to Y High, shout out to the lovely Natasha Vincent, very strong supporter. Her, Gore, you guys are very strong supporters. Really do really appreciate. Shout out to Bayou Bunny, man.
Bayou Bunny
coming through.
I love it.
Hey, right in here. Shout out to you. You know, I fuck with Bunny. Every time I see Bunny, I'll be like, in a comment, I always say, Bunny. That's Bunny right there. Who else was in here? We had people. Shout out to our Vibe with Big Heavy Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Y High. Shout out to Nightish, who probably already going live right now. Who else was here as well? I don't know. Have you anybody on your Facebook?
Oh, we had done Dada on Instagram.
Sherry Bryant and also Sky.
Yes, Sky. Yes, Sky couldn't be on because he had to do his homework. Tell Sky if he gets some good grades, we're gonna cash app him some money.
I'm joking with you. We'll cash app him.
We'll cash app.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell him Big Hakeem will cash app the money.
Yeah.
Big Hakeem, you know what? Here you go, Hakeem.
That's it.
Yeah, get them grades up. 4th grade level, because they say black man, all we can do is read out of 4th grade level, which is not really bad, because the standard of the United States is the 4th grade level. That was
crazy.
The hypocrisy. Forget it. But yeah, guys, and also, guys, also very important that you go to the KL Culture Radio community tab. In the community tab, there's a KL Culture Radio T-shirt. Right now, currently, the KL Culture Radio hat is currently out of stock. Hakeem been working day and night to make sure that get right back in stock, so you guys will go ahead and
listen. I've been checking every week, because they're the only one with the fitteds.
Yeah. But we're gonna get it. But I'll tell you, remember, look into the trucker hat as well. I love trucker.
Okay, hat. You love then. Because they got those, but I got to order one first to see if it looks garbage.
And also, don't forget the KL Culture Radio coffee mug for you coffee drinkers. And also you liquor drinkers, you put that in there. And then as you're drinking your coffee or your liquor drink, go have a good read with Prince King book, Black Love. Come over here, support the platform. As you can see, we on our way to 1K subscribers. Guys, we getting close. 30 more.
Very close.
We trying to get on that Daryl Long level. Without the talk, we trying to get on that Daryl Long level.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl Long. But but we almost there, guys, and we really do greatly appreciate you guys supporting the platform each and every week. Not only that, but also you guys come back and watch the playback. We really do greatly appreciate y'all. Don't understand.
That really helps us out.
Person was with John Smith to having you guys, which is 20 of y'all. We greatly appreciate it. And like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. We are over and out.
Peace.